It's in the game.
Give me a break, need another life. Oh, need another life, life. Give me a break, need another life.
Arsenal have more or less qualified for the next phase of the Champions League pretty much no matter what, but they still want to top this league phase. Today, they meet an old rival in Jose Mourinho and his Fenerbahçe side live from the Emirates Stadium tonight. So here we are, the penultimate game in the new era of the Champions League, or at least this part of it. With the penultimate game in the league phase, shall we say. And it's a return to the Emirates for an old enemy. Jose Mourinho is now Fenerbahçe manager. And we all know the infamous clashes that he had with Arsene Wenger in particular. Fast forward about maybe 10 years or so, and the circumstances are very different now, but the stakes are going to be just as high. And we say that because Arsenal, if they win tonight, will more than likely qualify for the last 16 through the 8 spots available for automatically. So the stakes are high, and I think for Fenerbahçe, I think a win here would guarantee them a spot in the playoff kind of bracket to play for those final 8 spots. So Mikel Arteta, as you can tell, bringing out the strongest squad possible, save for a couple of exceptions. There's, I think, Fabio Vieira there, as you saw. I think Fenerbahçe have at least one, if not 2, former Manchester United players there. I think one of them could be Fred, maybe standing in the background there. I think we'll have to have a look for the lineup here. Let's have a look here. So definitely Fred is definitely there. Edin Dzeko actually makes the bench. So there's a couple of former Premier League players in here. Fred's actually the captain of this side. El Nesri and St. Maximum are also Premier League mainstays. I think with Spurs and Newcastle respectively. I could be wrong about El Nesri. Maybe that was West Ham actually that he played for once. So it's a bit of a Premier League caliber side that Jose has sent out tonight. So for all intents and purposes, this should be a cracking game. Even if it could turn into a bit of an Arsenal procession, because I think logistically Arsenal should win this possibly rather comfortably. I mean, based on current season form, that would certainly be the case. Without the side logic, without that, because Arsenal have just been on another planet at times. Especially in the Champions League, they took Barcelona, they beat Barcelona, they took Real Madrid for 90 minutes, and then they beat Atletico Madrid. So to reach this stage and to be pretty much one win away from automatic last 16 qualification is quite the achievement this season for Arsenal. And I think anything more than that will be a bonus for them, considering their league phase has been pretty unkind to them, really, with 3 La Liga sides and 3 top La Liga sides at that, with Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid respectively. So Mikel Arteta has worked a lot of magic in this league phase, and he will certainly be, whether he'll be in favour of it for the coming years, we don't know really, but I for one would have the old season kind of format back, but maybe that's just me, and maybe nostalgia, quite frankly. We're going to give this one probably another season to see how it really will shake out when it comes to future use, but there could be a couple of big names dropping out because of it, which should certainly spark some intrigue for the rest of the tournament. It's a good shot by Kai Havertz, but Ludovic is there equal to the chance. And here is the top four. Inter Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid and Arsenal all within a point of each other, because Milan, Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain are all on 16 points and Arsenal's just a point behind them. So I'm not sure if the positions mean anything. What they used to do in the old format was that if you finished winner of the group, you got the easier draw per se. I'm not really sure if that's a thing anymore with this new format. Does where you finish really ultimately matter in the grand scheme of it, especially if you're below that secret magic 8th place, not secret, but magic 8th place that gains you into the last 16 automatically. There's Fred with a shot, and that would have been something. So he's reunited with his old manager Jose Mourinho. For El Nesri, he could have played in the Spurs side that played for Tottenham, but I think he was more West Ham. Oh, El Nesri's took the ball and scored, and that's a poor touch there from Gabriel. A mistake for Gabriel of all people, and Fenerbahçe, against the run of play to a degree, have the lead. What was that from Gabriel? What was he thinking? Or was that Saliba even? I'm not sure which one it was, but either or, it's a rare mistake, and Al Nasri has punished them for it. A rare defensive howler from Arsenal, and Fenerbahçe have the lead, and would you believe it, it's Al Nasri that has it. So, former West Ham striker, I believe, has come to Arsenal and given Fenerbahçe a goal. Arsenal 1, Arsenal 0, Fenerbahçe 0 in a big shock. But then again, we do know how Arsenal can respond, and they may do immediately with Kai Havertz right off the bat. It's a good save, to be fair. Well, the job isn't done yet. With Arsenal, you can never count them out of any match at any time. But it certainly would be a shock if Arsenal were to lose this match. A win here would guarantee top 8 qualification if they haven't made it already. And St. Maximum, Foley of Newcastle. His former team are forming a bit of a title challenge. I think they're falling away a little bit, but they're still mathematically in with a shout. He takes the corner. Zinchenko heads somewhat clear, but not really. It ended up with Jorginho. That wasn't Fabio Vieira earlier that I thought it was. Score coming in already. Aston Villa and Pau Torres, of all people, have scored. I believe that might be against AC Milan. So that's a shock, because Villa haven't really been at their best this season. So that would be a shock result. And Krunic tackles it away. There's Wanyeri thrown out to Declan Rice, and here's Havertz. The ball is pegging everywhere. I think it was a heavy touch by Havertz, to be fair. Gabriel atones for that earlier error. There's the history-making Leo Trossard, who I believe hasn't scored in the Champions League since the 7 that he got against the Young Boys. He might have scored against someone, I think. But this goal has certainly kind of dried up a little bit for him. The goals are coming more from Alexander Isak these days, although today Isak isn't starting the match. Here is St. Maximum. No Fenerbahçe player in the box yet, although Nasri's just arrived. Siminski's there, now Nasri again, and Raya with a great double save and out for a corner. And that's just the brilliance of David Raya. A great double save once again, making himself big there. Well, it's as long as the odd goal, Arsenal won't mind, because we know they can score more when they have to. Right now, that hasn't happened. There's Cavacci. Oh, he's turned out Gabriel brilliantly, and Krunic and Jorginho was able to cut it out. but can actually do brilliantly against Gabriel there. And Gabriel's not an easy man to skip past. He's on Nesri with the shot. A bit wide and a bit far out there. Rise goal kick, very well actually, but Fenerbahçe come up with it again. Now Nasri has been brought down by Gabriel. The referee's going to stop play. Is he going to book the player? No. We've seen red cards given for that. There's a chance from Fenerbahçe to make something with this free kick. I believe, I'm not sure who's taking it. Kiveci straight into the arms of Raya, through the wall more or less. To Martin Odegaard, Captain Marvel. Mr. Woggle puts it out for an Arsenal throw. Another big night here for Ivan Wanyeri. Szymanski to Krunic, to Kechi. Nasri, Fenerbahçe certainly look up for this. Samuel goes into the box and shoots, and Raya is lucky that one goes over. Well, the special one is cooking up another against Arsenal against Masterclass, perhaps. He was known for it. He was known for cooking up any sort of magic against any team. Jorginho has tackled there, made up for by Saliba. Mr. Wanyeri. Fred. We'll go back to, actually that's Maxi instead. El Nesri again! And Arsenal looking a bit at 6s and 7s in defence at the moment. Fenerbahçe certainly have more of the chances. Look at that. Last 15 minutes of this game, and Fenerbahçe have had all of the ball. And that's, to say that's accurate is an understatement. Szymanski to Fred. And gets pushed by Declan Rice. Fenerbahçe are all over Arsenal in this first half, and that's something we've not said much this year. Or this season, rather, because we are in 2025 now. Saliba to Gabriel, back to Saliba. Saliba with a bit of a loose pass. They get it back, thankfully for them. Odegaard. It's Kai Havertz. A bit of a mazy run forward. And he's going to shoot, and it's saved by the keeper. And he had to have a second throw at it. And Kai Havertz was fast approaching, so it's a very good save. And that's who puts it out for a Fenerbahçe throw. Legendary Dennis Bergkamp. Never played away games usually. I think it was due to travel sickness that he had. It's a strange story, but he rarely ever played on the road, Dennis Bergkamp. But my goodness, when he did play, boy, Him and Henri, well, a formidable partnership in their own right, to be honest. They were the glory days for Arsenal, and let's be honest, I think with Isak and Saka, I think you have to say they're coming pretty close to a tangible to themselves and bringing those glory days back in a hurry. If you see the form book this year, Arsenal have fallen a little bit behind in the league. That's that draw for Tottenham, but as long as they keep winning and keep scoring, they should be fine eventually if City do drop points at any point. But if that doesn't happen, Arsenal will at least have a crack at it in all the other competitions. There's Kai Havertz. He's not going to score with shots like that. Of course, Havertz is still getting back to full fitness, really. He's been injured for some time. Arsenal don't seem altogether at it tonight when it comes to scoring. We're nearing the end of the first half and Arsenal haven't even scored yet. It's a rarity in itself. Hold the phone though. Here they come. And here comes Kai Havertz. Curse of the commentators against Fenerbahçe. No. Well, just as I said it, Arsenal bomb forward with another chance, but Havertz is not altogether feeling it at the moment. He's putting a lot wide. Well shielded there by Tomiyasu, Declan Rice. And Havertz to Trossard. Trossard's round and spins into some space. And goal for Arsenal and a goal for Leo Trossard in the Champions League. And there we go. That's that deadly attack that Arsenal possess. Fenerbahçe have been drawn level. Well, he spun the defence out here. And the pocket of space was too much to pass up. And Trossard doesn't pass that up. And I believe that's his 9th goal in the competition, following from the 8 that he scored against Young Boys. So he's back amongst the goals now. And Arsenal, a draw might even be enough when you think about it. But the top 4 are incredibly close. They're all separated by just a point, with Arsenal 1 in the 4th place. 4th has certainly been a synonymous number with Arsenal, but this year they're looking to be much more than that, and they're on course for it. If 4th gets us into the last 16, so be it. I think Mikel Arteta will probably be saying. Fenerbahçe, though, certainly giving Arsenal a game here. Trossard. Havertz has got a lot to do from up there. So once again, no Yaro and no Gyökeres tonight, as they are both cup-tied elsewhere. He has to be the header down. It went to El Nesri and Raya was right there to gather it. And that's the end of a pretty competitive first half. Fenerbahçe probably the better side to a degree. But Arsenal's deadly counter-attacks are really the stuff of legend at this point. And Trossard was able to draw Arsenal level after a first half in which Fenerbahçe dominated. Welcome to the Emirates Stadium, back with us for the second half of matchday 5. In the new era of the Champions League. The league phase may have already been decided for the most part. A win here for Arsenal would probably more or less guarantee them automatic qualification to the last 16. Remember the format. The first 8 go through automatically. The 8 to 29 places will take part in a playoff format to decide those last places in that last 16. Trossard with the ball into Kai Havertz, and he's finally put one in. It's 2-1 to Arsenal. He's finally scored. Well, Kai Havertz has been a bit of a misfire on shots today, but he puts that one in. It was a beautiful cross from Trossard. Leo Trossard's another one who's been pretty much the unsung hero for Arsenal this year. Now with Martinelli out, Trossard could be seeing a lot more games. I mean, he was seeing a lot of games before Martinelli got injured, to be fair. And there's a reason for that. Well, it's Arsenal 1, Fenerbahçe 2. And, well, can all Fenerbahçe's dominance in the first half come to nothing? Because now Arsenal will move up some gears. In Leo Trossard's case, they'll stroll into the box. And he'll shield the ball well. And here they come. And it's going to force the corner. Trossard is one of those brilliant players with the ball at his feet. He did so well back there. The guard with the corner. Jorginho to Trossard again. And Kovacic was one of the better players for Fenerbahçe in the first half. Aside from Ezra, who got the goal. And now he's gone. Only Gabriel is with him. Zinchenko has caught up now. But Fenerbahçe still had the ball. David Raya with a save, and Oduwogo has scored. An immediate response from Fenerbahçe. And it's 2-2. An immediate response. Arsenal just nowhere in defence for most of it. David Raya, nothing he could do. It's a poacher's goal by Oduwogo. And Tomiyasu and Gabriel were spending most of their time catching up. Gabriel was there to begin with. And, well, Arsenal are going to give it all their own way today, it seems. And Sidiek has gone to FC20. We've covered that a couple of times lately. Not sure why that one keeps getting focused on. It's Oosterwolde. The Fenerbahçe scorer, Kai Havertz, is flying into the box. He's kept it going. It's a great save by the keeper. Fenerbahçe in 6s and 7s for a moment, but a brilliant reactionary save from the keeper. He was rushing out towards him. Havertz, that is. And it was a brilliant save. Elsewhere, I think it's Borussia Dortmund that have equalised against Barcelona. And it's 1-1 there now. Barcelona have certainly not been the force for you to expect in the Champions League this season. It's been both Madrid teams who have outshone them big time. They lost to Arsenal, don't forget, as well in match day 1. Kovacic again. The ball in. Tomiyasu heads clear. And the ball over the top to Odegaard. Well, next for Arsenal will be a return to the Premier League and the reverse fixture of the first game of the season. When Arsenal met Wolves at the Emirates Stadium, I believe it was a 2-0 win. This time, they're off to Molineux to face them. And Arsenal have drastically improved since then. But even still, they're still chasing Manchester City. Mr. Waddle. Oh, at the bar. And Jose Mourinho still continues to work his magic against Arsenal. But Arsenal in this day and age won't go away. Foul on Fred by Saliba. Seems a little harsh. Oh, an hour gone and we've got an absolutely cracking game here, to be fair. Mr. Waddle again. Muniz to Beko. And now Fred. By Declan Rice. There's Ranieri. Brilliant pass to Odegaard, but he had Beko there waiting for him. Here's El Nesri. And Tadic is going to be coming on for... couldn't really see who that was. I think that might be Tadic that played for Southampton one time, actually. It's Kaiichi that's gone off. That's unfortunate. He had a good first half. I see Samuel. And Tadic is offside. Siminski. There's Maxi. That's the Waddle. Siminski off the post. Fenerbahçe are really giving Arsenal some scares here. And Raya has to clear that one out. And still Fenerbahçe have the ball. Siminski with a shot. Well, I think it's fair to say that Arsenal have not been at their best today so far. They're still with a shout with this game. Nesri. Maxi. And saved by David Raya. Shinchenko's going to get there first ahead of Tadic. Beautiful ball. Havertz now. Nice to Odegaard. Odegaard is away. He's past his man. And it's 3-2. And Captain Martin Odegaard again. He scored against Real Madrid in what turned out to be an eventual loss. And he'll take that one. As Daniel Jennings still yet to play in Arsenal shirt since being promoted from the academy to replace Neto. Just to say he won't play against Celtic if Arsenal do win this match. Because Arteta is a great believer in his youth players. Certainly proven that this year. But it's Martin Odegaard. A signing that came out of nowhere, wasn't really expected loan-wise to start with. I think Arteta made that permanent, and now it's working. And here's Havertz with a great couple of touches and a good save by the keeper. And we've got a substitution happening, and would you believe it, it's Alexander Isak coming on for Kai Havertz. So Arteta doesn't feel safe enough to rely on this lead. And he's brought on the talisman to score goals. Saliba, of all people. And that would have been really cool to see Saliba score that. But unfortunately, he's wide. Here's Odegaard again. Advantage gained by Arsenal. And Odegaard forced to save. It's going to be Trossard to take this corner. In towards Tomiyasu, but headed away again. Corners have not been Arsenal's strong point this season. This is the goal from Odegaard. Keeper probably could have done better, to be fair. in towards Gabriel of all people. And here is Fred. Fred making an amazing run into the box here. Szymanski. Crossed it towards Al Nasri. It's a good header, but also a good save from David Raya. Martin Odegaard almost having magic feet on that one. And Isak has poached it off the throw-in. And off goes Alexander Isak. Oh, an absolute screamer. By who else but Alexander Isak? An air of inevitability about it. And that's exactly what Mikel Arteta brought him on for. Didn't feel comfortable, he will now. An absolute belter from Isak. What a strike. The keeper can do nothing about it. Oh, well, he's amongst the goals, and that might be the pick of the bunch. Maybe aside from the bicycle kick that he scored against Newcastle. But that's a very close second. Arsenal 4, Fenerbahçe 2. And by all law and averages now, Arsenal should take all 3 points here. Could have another instant response by Fenerbahçe though. Tadic and Szymanski keeping the ball very well amongst themselves. It's a good header away by Saliba though. But Ustawago has it back again. And another substitution being made by Fenerbahçe as Osei Samuel's going off for Yusik. I think there's one happening on the Arsenal side as well. I'm not really sure who that is. It's Saka coming on for Wanyeri. So in the reverse to what's normally been happening, Isak and Saka actually are coming on in the game rather than going off. I think it's just to seal the deal tonight for Arteta. His team are 4-2 up in this one. And now, have to go even further. There's no one at the back for Fenerbahçe, and Odegaard wanted a kind of a really good goal of his own, but unfortunately, nothing doing there. Saka at 10 maximum gets it. Tomiyasu. 5 minutes left, plus added on time, and here comes Isak. Trossard. Dinju and Trossard keeps him in possession. Isak, it's over. That's 5-2. And another 2 for Isak. He's barely been on the pitch about 10 minutes. And he's already making his mark on this game as well. Well, if Arsenal do win any silverware this season, which they look pretty odds on to do, I think they've got this man to thank for the majority of it. Trossard with a great tackle. Passes to Isak because there's almost every expectancy that Isak will score. And he did. He delivered on that. 5-2. No special one magic from Jose Mourinho tonight because Arsenal are much too strong in this game. And it looks like all that good form Fenerbahçe had in the first half is pretty much worn off now. Well, anything Fenerbahçe will get now is nothing more than consolation, really. Here's Ismail, and a good save by Raya. I don't really know how much he saw of it, but Breko has it. It's fallen out to Szymanski. Zinchenko has somehow cleared it away under all the scrambling. Trossard doesn't find Isak. 5 minutes about it on time, but Arsenal are a long way ahead here. Well, it's been a long, long time since Arsenal sung a champion song and had Premier League winning badges on their shirts. But so far this season, they're going to have something on them. He's up. And if it's not Premier League, it could be something else. Because Arsenal in high contention for pretty much everything at the moment. It's still finally poised in the Carabao Cup semi-final against City. They're going to progress here to the last 16 tonight. And they're very much in control. Well, not in control, but they've won the last 2 FA Cup games, I believe. No, they probably won 1, but they were drawn against Spurs. And in the league, well, they're holding on to Manchester City for the moment. But drop points for City are desperately needed. And it's probably not going to happen very often. So if it does, then Arsenal need to take advantage of that. Great strike from Isak. As we approach the business end of the season now, the feeling that Arsenal fans had at the start of the year where they felt it could be theirs, I think that's exponentially grown over the last few months. And as we enter the second half of the season, there's a real belief amongst them all now. Oh, he's up, brilliant. And he couldn't get a shot off there. Well, he may have taken over to the second half, but that's the thing with Arsenal. They play for 90 minutes, and it pays off again today. No special magic for Jose Mourinho today. His team was thumped, although it wasn't all convincing in the first half. Arsenal plugged it up a gear with the arrival of that man onto the pitch, Alexander Isak, who scored 2 goals as a substitute, as he just never seems to stop scoring now. Arsenal are more or less through to the last 16. Arsenal 5, Fenerbahçe 2. So let's have a look at all the scores on match day 7. I said 5, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And what that means for the league phase. Atalanta beating Fenerbahçe by 3 goals to 1. Juventus 2 at Liverpool 1 is a bit of a shock scoreline, but they'll certainly take that. Nice 1, Bologna 3 rather. Feyenoord 0, Club Brugge 1. Sporting Lisbon 1, Bayern Munich 3 is interesting, because Sporting have pretty much been sunk since Ruben Alvarez and Gyökeres left them. Paris Saint-Germain 3, Stuttgart 1, Benfica 1, Madrid 2, Monaco 0, Manchester City 1, RB Leipzig 3, Fenerbahçe 3, Bastos 0, Bayer Leverkusen 3, Barcelona 2, Dortmund 2, Stuttgart 1, Galatasaray 2, Aston Villa 1, Milan 3, Genoa 1, Celtic 1, Atletico Madrid 1, Donetsk 0, Benevez 1, PSV 2, and Inter Milan 2, Young Boys 1. So that means that Inter Milan are still at the top of the league phase, ahead of Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, all on 16, followed by Leverkusen and RB Leipzig, and Milan on 14. That is the automatic places. And with 1 game to go, who is still in with a shout? We will go down in a second. So Galatasaray certainly are, because they're level on points with the 2 ahead of them. Manchester City, who looked to have slumped beforehand, could now get in themselves. They're in 10th, and a win would put them in prime position. But any one of these few teams could get into those final 2 places. Juventus, I think Juventus might have to settle for an outside spot, possibly. Same with Dortmund. They could win, but they need other teams ahead of them to lose. For Atlanta, it's looking like the playoff bracket for them. Fenerbahçe, despite losing, are in the playoff bracket in 14th place, along with Genoa. Bayern Munich really below par in this league phase, but still in the playoff phase. Liverpool, it'd have to be a playoff phase for these teams now. So Liverpool, Monaco, and then Barcelona. They could get another team, I guess. Celtic, Shakhtar Donetsk, Club Brugge. It goes from 9 to 20, 24 or 28, I think, or 29. So Bastos is still there. Benfica is still there. Villa hanging on by a thread. Yeah, I think it's 9 to 28 or something like that, isn't it? So Sporting are there, Bologna are there, and Stuttgart are there as well. So Who is still in with a shot of getting there? Well, PSV are, but they need results to go their way. Constano is still in with a shout as well. Standard Liège on 5 is still there. Anyone could really go through, even from these bottom teams at the moment. Bruni, they would need an outside shot. Dinamigas would as well. They would need many results to go their way, as would Grans. And the Young Boys are almost certainly, well, they are certainly eliminated from this year's Champions League.